What's going on, Washington fans? Welcome to Covering the Commanders with Josh Taylor. And as I record this, we have a schedule leak that should be out any second now as I'm recording this, ready to go when it does drop. And that is something that I reported last week, according to my source, that the Washington Commanders would be facing the Indianapolis Colts in London in week 4. Yes, Jonathan Taylor versus Jaden Daniels, because we don't know who the heck is going to be the quarterback for the Colts in that game. But week 4, the Commanders are going to London early. We knew when they would go, but we weren't sure just yet who the opponent was going to be. But like I said, my source told me last week that it was going to be the Colts, and now we have that source out there as well. But they're going to officially announce it tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning on Good Morning Football. They're going to do the entire international slate. And something else that was leaked was that the Jaguars are facing the Philadelphia Eagles week 5 in London, because there was a lot of chatter about Washington playing back-to-back London games. And I told y'all, same source said that's not going to happen. The Jaguars are going to play somebody else. Eagles are one of the teams, and that's who they are playing. So don't worry, guys. If you go to London week 4 for that game, which I'm absolutely looking forward to going to London for that game, hope to see everybody there, you won't have to stay for the entire week for the next week as well, because the Commanders will not be playing the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. They will be playing them in Florida. So good news, unless that game is like week 2 or something like that, and we go to Jacksonville super early when it's still hot, or Orlando, wherever the heck they play. But just keeping an eye on for this news coming out so I can release this video. But exciting, to be honest with you. I really like this matchup for a couple reasons. And like I said, the biggest storyline is going to be who they market for the Colts, because we don't know what Daniel Jones looks like right now after his Achilles injury. You know, he got a big payday. You know, Anthony Richardson's still there. There was word of him getting traded and wanting out and everything. And maybe he realized, hey, Daniel Jones might not be ready yet. Let me, try to show off one more time what I can do. They also have Riley Leonard, who I dead like coming out, but really don't know what he's going to look like. But a lot of question marks for the quarterback position for the Colts. But outside of that, there's a lot of exciting pieces. Of course, Alec Pierce, their top wide receiver. They traded Michael Pittman Jr., who the Commanders tried to trade for, according to another source that I had. And the Commanders said, look, we are going to try to get Alec Pierce in free agency. And apparently they offered him even more than what the Colts did, but he wanted to stay in Indy. So now he has to face the team that he essentially turned down in free agency. Washington really wanted Alec Pierce. And to be honest with you, it would have been amazing to have him, especially after getting Antonio Williams for that slot in Z role. I think Alec Pierce would have worked great, but it didn't happen. So the Commanders moved on. And it's just an exciting matchup with him and the DBs that we have. But also Josh Downs as well. Just another explosive wide receiver. So the defense will be tested. And of course, Jonathan Taylor. Like I said, that's the guy you market around on offense. One of the best running backs in the league. One of the best last year by himself alone. The rush defense has been a problem for Washington. So what does that look like? What does the front 4 look like? What does the front 7 look like? Especially with Sonny Styles, Leo Chenal, Frankie Louvu, those linebackers contributing in the run game with Durante Jones's new scheme. We're going to find out quickly. We don't know who they play week 1, even though it is rumored. Another one of my sources said it's probably the Falcons at home week 1, but that has not been confirmed yet, so don't run with that. But I think they play the Falcons week 1. So another, good offense, Bijan Robinson. Like, it's going to be tough. I don't know who they play week 2 and week 3, but we are going to know by week 5 what that run defense is going to look like for the season if they need to fix anything. That is a tough matchup. And then also looking at their defense. They did get some young guys that I really liked. Obviously, C.J. Allen at linebacker from Georgia. They drafted him. But then A.J. Halsey, the safety, a guy I loved out of LSU. And you cannot forget Cam Bynum, Sauce Gardner, maybe Charvarius Ward. Don't know what his future looks like there. But Sauce Gardner. Sauce freaking Gardner and Cam Bynum, who plays that, safety-ish role. Justin Wally is underrated. And of course, we have Nick Cross now. So Nick Cross, it's a rematch against his former team. I think this is a big opportunity for him as well. What happens with Kenny Moore? Well, Washington even signed Kenny Moore before they play the Colts. As you know, the Colts just let him go. He wanted to go to a new situation. They tried to get a trade partner. Nothing happened. And he said, look, guys, just please let me pick my new team. Don't know, but they don't have to face Kenny Moore. But they still have a great defense. Laiatu Latu is one of my favorite guys. Big-time pass rusher there. DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, Adebawore, Arden Key. They've got some guys on that defensive line. They added Caden Curry too. He was one of my sleepers for the draft. This is going to be a good test. Now, with this London game being week 4, there's positive stretch or anything like that. But usually there's a bye week after, which, like, do you want to bye week 5 or like week 6 or somewhere early? Maybe the Commanders will play Monday night that week after. Maybe they'll play a Thursday game the week before. We don't know. But very rarely do they play a game in London, super early on that Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and then play like a 1 o'clock Sunday game that next week or even the week before. It's just, it's not impossible, but it's just not favorable. It's not what you want to happen, especially earlier in the season. But let me know what y'all think about this game as the Indianapolis Colts are facing the Washington Commanders week 4 in London. Are you happy that we're getting the Colts earlier in the season and the London game earlier in the season? Or are you wishing that it would have been pushed back to the second half of the year? For me personally, I'm glad that it is going to be early. Get it out of the way. Don't have to worry about that. The only downfall would be an early bye week and then have a long stretch in the season. But hopefully this team can stay healthy, and it's not going to matter regardless. But I'm looking forward to seeing this full schedule, which comes out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So me and Rio Robinson, my guy, will be live on my channel and his as well to break down everything and react to the full schedule at 8 o'clock sharp. So show up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, both of our channels, by the way, and just buckle up. We have a lot of stuff cooking up here. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. We got the first game out the way. Might get a leak with the possible week 1 home opener against the Atlanta Falcons. We'll see. It's kind of just a rumor for now, but this one I am very sure about, to go ahead and pencil it in. But Good Morning Football is also announcing all of the games. I want to say it's 9:30 tomorrow morning, all the international games. So we'll get a confirmation. The team will share it out. The NFL will share it out. We'll get all that tomorrow morning. But it looks like the Commanders are getting the Colts in London, and I'll be there, and hopefully y'all will be too. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Peace.